It's already 2 o'clock. Final day of my vacation. Monday, Memorial Day. I've been up in this part, I think, about maybe 5 times in the past month and a half. But I haven't been to this boat ramp in about a year. Well, let's just say September of last year, maybe. I can't remember. The church is for sale? Why are churches going for sale? You're not supposed to sell churches. Well, that was quite the event at the boat ramp. I think all the kids and me had matching swim trunks on. What you think? If I had any kids, they would have looked like that. You know, blonde hair, golden tan. One who loves the water. Ones who love the water, not just one. That was a cool little family back there, though. Close knit. They were ready to party on the boat. I don't know if they're coming up here or not. I mean, there's only so far you can go up here before the waters get really shallow. I can tell the waters are down already. I can kind of start seeing a bottom somehow over here. Maybe it's just muddy water. Can't tell. This is when the current starts to get a little strict. You can see things flow by at a fast pace. Yeah, but they might be coming up here. They might be coming up here. Look at this beautiful day, though. Look at that. Quite a beautiful day. Yeah, they're coming up this way. They're behind us. They can't go too far, though. Before the waters are so shallow, they can only go about another 1.5 miles. And they got that big thing. The one boat with the tubes on the side. One on each side. I guess they'll be hanging with me all day. Last day of vacation. Had to take the shoes off so I can still feel like I'm on vacation. You know? Because I am. Maybe I'll go into the office tomorrow with no shoes on. Time to get some pictures in. Can't ask for a better day than this for the final day of a vacation. First one, 2023. 2 more to go. Gotta make the most of them, you know? I tried to make the most of this. It's kind of hard on the first one, though, because there's so many places I want to go. So many things I want to do. And I told you that in one of the videos, I'm not good at taking vacations because I'm so spontaneous and I can't make good decisions. I mean, I'm not going to say I can't make good decisions. I can't make, like, you know, decisions, period. I'm just going to chill today. I'm not going to be paddling too hard. I just want to look at this. Because I'll be looking at this tomorrow outside the office windows. You know. Thank the Lord I made it out here today. Looks like we got some new collapsation going on. That looks pretty new right there. I don't remember that from last time. I got a question for you, though, when it comes to that. I mean, if I were to spot something, let's say if I just turned my head over there and saw a round thing sticking out, and it ended up being a fully intact Native American pot. I know I have to leave it. I can't touch it. It's illegal to do that thing out here. But am I then required to report that? Am I? That's what I want to know. If I did come across something like that, do I have to report it and not just leave it out here? You know? I'm not sure though. I think a way to protect it, you have to report it. But who do you report it to though? That you found something significant out here. You know, I see a brown line right here. That's probably the shallow waters. I don't know if that's like the shallow waters or what. You see that brown line right here? Like the sands. Maybe that was just a trail of the boat. You're gonna say, stick the paddle in. Well, that log tells me that it's like, that log's been there for a while. Hold on. Nope, Nuh-uh. No, it's not. It's not a sandbar. That paddle went in about 3.5, 4 feet. And it didn't stop either. Man. Yeah, but I think I'll look that up and see if you see something that is of historical significance. I'm not talking about like a couple of shards. I'm talking about like a fully intact pot sticking out of the bank. I don't think you'll be right just to not say anything, you know? I think the right thing to do is to email somebody, make some phone calls, you know, about it and say, here it is, come and get it. I'm going to cover it up with sand. I'll put a tag right here for it too, so you can find it. It's got to be hidden from other people out here, because they will take it. Beautiful. Gorgeous day. I don't know if I'll be filming too much today. I'd rather feel it than film it at the moment, you know. But you know, I've already started. I mean, they have to see all this right here. Clean us up. We're nasty. Over here. How do they consider this nasty though? I mean, are they talking about this? Are they talking about everything that is just like that? Or are they talking about this too? When they say that kind of stuff. That's what I want to know. Looks like I got some more EVP sessions to, you know, to do out here. Wherever I go and ask them, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by that? You gotta let us know, guys. You gotta let us know the ins and outs of everything. You can't just make everything a riddle. You can't just be so literal that you just put it up on us, you know, to make the decisions for ourselves on what is nasty to you. I'm hoping it's just the garbage, though. I have a feeling it's like a bit of everything, though. Like the debris and all. I think they're talking about that, too. But that's quite the stretch. It is. I think mostly, though, to be honest with you, they gotta be talking about the garbage. They have to be. Because a lot of times in my videos, EVPs and stuff that they talk about, they do say the word trash. Over here, stuff I don't see. I gotta go looking for the trash that they talk about in the videos. But they don't say a lot about like natural stuff unless it's meaningful in a different way. Like all those times they say metal is nature, paper is nature. It's like it's okay to leave that out, you know. Paper is nature. So I think they're okay with like the debris and stuff. They know what I know about the line work, how it's supposed to do certain things out in nature, places like this. You're supposed to read the lines, read between the lines, read the line work. The foundation of the art out here, the drawing. And I think this is okay with them. It's gotta be. Without it, you would never know. They turn around that quickly. I told you they couldn't go too far. Yeah, chilling. I don't know how far I intend to go today. I just had to pay my respects to this park. At least one time this vacation. At least I still have about 6 hours to chill. Ain't nothing like the light. Welcome to heaven. What the heck am I looking for? I guess I'm just looking. It's almost like I come out, I keep wanting to make sure this stuff is still here. You know what I mean? I just want to make sure this stuff is still out here. But where's it going to go? Well, a world famous spot right here. You guys said something I didn't quite like a couple of summers ago. We're not going to get them talking now. The family's back there screaming. They might switch up the frequency a little bit though, and I'll be able to hear them. Beautiful. Yeah, these nice ones out here, they were making fun of me. I was out here talking about something, asking them questions. And someone chimed in right in this exact location right here. I think I might have been a little bit further up, about maybe 35 feet or something like that. And I got a heartbreaking EVP out here. It has affected me ever since. It has. You know what you said out here? It wasn't very nice of you. I know you guys are just dying to hear them talk again and say what they said last time. It involves what I'm doing here, or what I'm not doing. I know you want to hear what they said out here. Well, it's heartbreaking. It involved me, and me only, nobody else. Right in this exact spot right here. You know what you said? You know how much it hit me deep down inside? You know how much it did? Right in this spot when I was talking. You said I was a lazy angel. Why would you call me that? Why would you say that about me? Why would you call me a lazy angel? Just because I get out on the kayak out here doesn't mean I'm a lazy angel. You know? I'm not a lazy angel. I was depressed for like the first 6 months after I heard that on audio. And then the more I heard it, the more depressed I got. I'm not. Why would they say something like that? Maybe they were just picking on me, you know? There have been many times I went back out to some spot asking why they said something. Then they said the damnedest things. We never said that. It's your imagination. It's almost like they were trying to hide the fact that they said it. Many things that they say that are crazy. That involve me and me only, you know? I'm not a lazy angel, guys. You know I'm not. I know you work all the time. Don't you play too? According to you guys, we play all the time. Or we used to play all the time. And you still continue to play. You didn't have to call me a lazy angel, though. That was completely uncalled for. I mean, what am I supposed to be doing to not be a lazy angel? You know? What am I supposed to be doing to not be a lazy angel? You know, the human body is only good for so much and so long. You know it is. There's no way I can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, if that means anything to you, day and night. What kind of work am I supposed to be doing? I know. Cleaning heaven, helping things out. Let me get some more pictures. Man, beautiful day. Thank you for these days. Hundreds of millions of years. Yeah, I definitely had to get away from that. There was a little bit too much going on up there. And plus, it was a challenge going against the current. Now it's more relaxing. All right, guys, so why don't you tell me, what does it take to not be a lazy angel? Come on, you have to tell me now. You said I was a lazy angel out here. You're required to help me with this. Am I always supposed to be cleaning? What am I supposed to be doing all the time so it doesn't make me look like a lazy angel in front of you? Why did you call me a lazy angel? Why? Have I been getting better at it? Better at not being a lazy angel? They're talking. I hear them. I started figuring out a different frequency. One of the main frequencies that I kept hearing on audio. A lot of them sound like fluctuating jet noises. But then I noticed that they would just stop. And then lately, every time I do an EVP session in a clear sky, when there's nothing but clear skies all around, I would hear the jet noises with my own ears. And I would look around and I would see no jets. It's like them manipulating the airwaves and stuff, combined with everything else around us. How they create the voice of them. I started noticing that in my videos a long time ago. That I would hear jets out of nowhere. They would just magically appear. When you would gradually hear jets coming. But these sounds that sounded like jet airliners, these particular sounds would just come in one single second and only last a few seconds, or a lot less than a few seconds. Oh, I see another blue kayak over there on the left. They might be fishing though. I think everybody that comes out here goes fishing. I see poles sticking up, sticking out. Nooski. Hope you like these beautiful sunny days we got. Trying to find a peaceful zone where I can just get away from it all. I just passed like 4 people on kayaks. And I just passed the boat ramp. But there's still a lot of people back there. You know, sitting in lawn chairs, that kind of thing. They wanted to talk from all the way across the river. I was completely on the opposite side. And they were like screaming, like questions and stuff. Wonder how many people are going to be down here chilling. Not that it matters too much. It's just I'm trying to find that magical spot. You know, that one magical spot that I can spend the majority of the day in. You know, rest the back, rest the muscles. Not have to spend the entire time paddling. Peace and quiet. 4 p.m. on a Monday. In about an hour and a half, it's going to be about time for me to get off work. Technically about this time of day. Even though I do end up working 13 to 17 hours every single day. It's not really getting off, you know, getting off work. It's not. Time to get out and stretch the legs and stretch the back. Get off this sore back of mine. I hope there's no broken TV glass out here like there was about 3 years ago further down on the right. I thought it was a busted part of a Native American pot until I got a closer look, and it ended up being a giant shard of a television glass. Thing was humongous. Imagine stepping on that thing. How it got out here, I have no clue. Gotta be careful when you step out here. It might look stable, but it's not. It goes in about another foot and a half. You don't want to be getting stuck out here. I thought I saw something. Look at all the footsteps. Not just mine out here. I guess there's a lot of people need to stretch their legs. They got the creek walking shoes and everything. Hey, little frog. Yeah, that goes deep. I bet they were looking for something else. They should have got this instead. Ain't nothing like cleaning heaven. I'm looking. Oops, hey little frog, my bad. Man, look at that habitat right there. Why am I whispering? Picturesque. I knew I saw something. Keep a lookout for the long ones. I've never actually looked up here before. But look at that. Beautiful. I know it's just a wetland. It fills up when things get high out here. Wasn't like this a long time ago. Most likely all this was just like forest land and not a wetland. Beautiful. I'm trying to get going off the spot. That was a cool feeling walking in this though. I know it's kind of frightening because you go down deep. You go down real deep. But it has a particular kind of feeling though. It does. Makes it feel more heavenly. I mean, the way it covers up past the ankles, up to the shins. It's almost like you're getting, what is that, a pedicure? But only in like mud, you know. Extremely soft, cozy mud. The heck am I talking about? It's heavenly. It makes you want to walk in it even more. It does. Until you hit that one random stick, you know. That one single random stick that doesn't feel too good. Makes me think about that though. I mean, what if the environmental engineers, the ones who came out here a long time ago, back in the mid 40s, early 40s, to try to gauge what kind of effect the lake would have on this place up here, completely change it around, you know, with the wildlife and everything else. What if they knew that it was going to give you a different kind of feeling walking out here, you know, within it? Looks like we might be done with the sun for today, at least where I am sitting. Hey, there's a rounded off rock. It dropped out of someplace. Hey, there's a gravel layer. Man, look at that. Hold up. Let me take a look and get that garbage right there. Would you look at that layer right there? Man, and they're all rounded off too. There's the gravel layer. Reference picture. The sediment layer. The only thing that seems to be missing is the burn layer. How did it get to that point though? I mean, you have clay soils beneath it right here. And then you have clay soils on top of it, kind of. You can see where the transition is. I love coming across stuff like this. Ancient. Yeah, I'm guessing that sediment layer with all the little tiny rounded off rocks, I'm guessing that's going to be like the original river bottom as it was cutting its way through the landscape millions of years ago. Very cool. I know I would definitely be the most boring kayak partner you could ever expect. Come on out, give me some more sun. "45 minutes and counting. Jeez. At least it's beautiful. Let's follow the old road bed, see where it leads us down here. Right here, that's about it. Right there. Most likely back in the day, it just led to the river. Don't ask me where I'm going. I'm just going. If I don't get that feeling of exploring in today, it won't be a complete day. Don't worry, I can find my way back. I'm just going through heaven like I always do. It'll lead you somewhere no matter what. And I'm always trying to find it. Beautiful. Inaccessible by kayak and by boat, but not by foot. Ain't nothing like exploring through heaven. Really, though. Don't know how far it goes, but I know it goes far. Got to. What a heavenly spot. Welcome to heaven. Just don't get attacked by the ones who are trying to protect it, you know. Why do you think you have to go slow through these areas? Hey, there's a 150-year-old beech tree right here. Heck yeah. At least they left one standing. That's a long way up there. Wouldn't that be quite the challenge? Just to climb it, as sore as I am. At least I don't see any Budweiser cans from 1974 up in here. Or any plastic bottles from 2003. All I see is this. They got carvings all over this tree right here. You can barely make them out as far as the tree has stretched. This tree's got to be at least 90 years old. So I'm not the only person that's come up here, go figure. You gotta have full protection of exploring places like this, though. I mean, you gotta have the full body uniform on, really. From head to foot. Perfect. Perfectly placed. Perfectly balanced. Gotta be careful where I step. Don't want to break the balance too much, you know. It's holding on to something. Well, the memory of heaven. You know, memory places like this. I mean, look at that. Look at that. It's writing the memory of it. So it can hold on to it. You don't want to break it, you know. That's why we shouldn't be out here in places like this. I'm just looking around trying to pick up whatever garbage I might come across. Because they do not want that part of the memory. Definitely got to be careful when it comes to places like this. The balance of it. So perfectly balanced. I don't ever want to hear that again in one of my videos when they said time is broken. Last thing you want to do is break the time. This is about as far as I can go. It's nothing but a beautiful ditch up through here. Until I can, you know, as far as I can see right here. I mean, look at that thing right here on both sides. Ain't nothing like exploring through heaven. Man. Gorgeous. What the heck do I get myself into? I know, I'm just curious. I'm that one that just keeps on going until I can't go anymore. Usually it's a road or a street or something. I don't think you'll find any of that out here. That I know of. Hope you like my little exploring videos. I know they're not much. I know that there's got to be some crazy house sitting up on a hill somewhere. And that is a big hill on all sides. Where are the ancient ones at? Well, since this is technically the last day of my vacation, let's go ahead and treat this like the good old days, you know. Like I always say, it doesn't feel like vacation until what? You take the shoes off, right? Let's go ahead and see if I can climb a couple of hills with no shoes. The slower, the better. creating a memory that'll last forever. It's probably been a long time since somebody's done something like this. But how long is the question? Is that thing? Probably some old hunting thing. It usually is when it comes to stuff like this. Yep, a ladder. Or whatever it was. Don't need to be stepping on nails out here with no shoes on. I'm like Source Herzog in Lethal Weapon. I'm getting too old for this. Ain't nothing like being a kid again. Da Vinci style. Just don't fall. Man, is that ever quite the slope. Let me check that out. Where the heck am I going? I know exactly where I'm going. Kind of. Of course, I've never been out here before. You just let them lead the way, and you'll find your way. Even doing this is like being a child. All you gotta do is find that bright green at this time of night. And then you'll be seeing that bright blue. Dang, Angel Tree, your wings have developed quite significantly. I haven't seen angel wings this spread out before. You're almost ready to be seen. Dang, one of the best ones I've ever come across. Dang. This is probably, yeah, the best I've ever come across. Look at these angel wings right here on this angel tree. They led me to another one. You don't see them yet because one of the trunks, one of the twins hasn't been split off yet. You won't see the full wings until one of them falls off. Then you'll see them. Beautiful. I know you have a lot to say. I know you do. Thanks for always living. Thanks for protecting. Thanks for watching over this place right here. And watch they do. Hey, look at that piece of beryl. A diamond in the rough. Hope you like my little heaven exploring videos. I know they're not much. Oh, dang. That's quite the drop off. I forgot about the old roadbed right here. And we're coming down at this angle. I guess it was an angle meant to be, you know. Not the best decision. Dang, would you look at how dark it's getting over there. Boy. Where is all this coming from? Uh-oh. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Almighty, for this perfect vacation. First one of 2023 is almost in the record books. It's almost finished completely. That's all the blue sky you're going to give me now. Time to go home and get some rest. See you later.